what's the expectation for those two young guys? Brown, in the preseason, and again last night, more aggressive offensively as you would expect for a guy in his second year. Tatum's a natural scorer. What are they looking for out of these two?
I think, listen, the production for Brown has to increase. You know, a guy who's as talented as he was widely regarded as the number 2 player in his high school class coming out. People forget that. You know, he and Ben Simmons were at the top of that class. I think Brown's strength is noticeably improved from last year. I was watching the way physically he was going at LeBron, you know, in the opener last night. Didn't back down at all. He's not a big guy, but I think he's bigger than you realize until you get up on him and see him in the flesh. That's going to bode well for him because he's going to be able to play a couple of different positions and defend a couple of different positions. Tatum has to be careful because I think there's going to be an opportunity for him to score a lot, but he's going to have to play both ends in a Brad Stevens system in order to stay on that floor. And he's got to make sure, as good as he is offensively, you got to be taking care of your business on the defensive end and guarding your spot to make sure you stay in that rotation. Because, you know, Marcus Morris didn't play last night. That's another body, a veteran body that can play at that spot that could take some of those minutes away.
Yeah, the guy they traded to get, and they gave up Avery Bradley. And I think both those guys are going to not only have good years, but be important to the team's success. And I think with Tatum now, it's even more important that his development be somewhat expedited because without Hayward. I think Jaylen Brown, he was a guy that I was expecting to have a very good year this year. I mean, terrific game last night, but to what Sekou was saying, he can defend 3-4 positions. He gives them that edge that maybe you lost with Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley. You know, he's one of those kind of guys. He's got a toughness to his game, and he's a much more skilled offensive player through hard work than maybe people thought he would be coming into the league. And so that could be interesting. And I think this is where also a guy like Kyrie can have a huge impact because his skill set is such that he can really make the game easier for those guys. Kyrie doesn't, get credit for it, but he is a great passer. If he becomes more of a willing passer, along with a guy like Horford, who is a great passer at that center position, then those two guys will also be beneficiaries of that. So I think that Boston's going to be fine. Obviously, not having Hayward probably takes them out of any real conversation for being a team that can challenge for a championship. I didn't think they could coming into the year.
Right.
Obviously, without Hayward, I don't see that scenario playing out.
Irving had 10 assists last night to go to his 22 points.